Welcome back everybody to the single player world. Today we are going to get started with a whole bunch of building. I said at the end of last episode, if you remember, I said we're going to be doing some really large building, or at least I wanted to do something a bit larger than what we've been doing, because in the last episode we did our little boat. I'm just going to do a quick creeper inspection. We've got our boat over here. We had the episode before that. What did we do? I think we did something. Oh yes, that's right. We did that fountain, I think. I don't know, I'm kind of forgetting things. But now, in this episode, I'm planning on doing something a bit larger and a bit more substantial than what we've done before. Let me just get up there. Bam. Okay, I was kind of hoping to land up over there. But before I go any further, thank you very much for all your guys' feedback and design ideas on the boat, and most importantly on the little boxes, which I know it's such a simple build. Those boxes really, I think, made up of 6 to 8 blocks, but it's really cool. A lot of people found them really awesome and interesting, and it's funny how some of the things, like for instance those boxes, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I really should put this in the video. Is it something you guys would have an interest in? And it's something really small and insignificant when you think about it, but it's really, really awesome when everyone starts to get the picture of thinking a bit more about smaller details. And today I want to really I guess drive that home, or maybe just think a little bit more about the smaller sorts of details. And it's something I tend to polish over. I mean, pass over, not polish. I don't know if that's even a phrase, a saying that people say. I mean, do you guys remember me building this? I don't. Well, I do, but I don't remember doing it on a video. I'm pretty sure I didn't do this sort of stuff on a video, and I really kind of wish I did, because there's a lot of things I could probably teach you, or maybe just in general, and give you an idea or so about what I think of when I do stuff. And I've said it a few times, and I just want to do it more and more than what I do it already. So what I want to do is I'll explain to you what we are doing, and I'm going to lay out a little bit of a plan that I've formulated in my brain, just a little bit of a sizing thing. But what I decided was a good idea was to put in some of the housing for the people that will be living in this city. So I was thinking of carrying on the current palette that we've got. We've got the palette of oak, the brown terracotta, I think it's called now. I keep forgetting, I keep messing up that extra name, the new name. I think it's terracotta. The brown terracotta and stuff like that. I want to use that stuff along with the acacia. Might I add the acacia logs? Oh man, I'm loving the acacia logs. It's something a little bit different. It's something I haven't used a lot of, and I really wish I used it a lot more by now, because it's such an awesome block. But my thought over here is, by the way, I'm trying to lay out the size of this. So we've got a 7 block in the middle, and realistically this is going to be 9 blocks, because I'm carrying on the same idea of these thicker pillars. Well, where are they? There's a few around here. Now that I'm looking, I can't see them, but basically just making a double pillar versus a single pillar, which is something I always used to do. And I have to catch myself every now and then and say, like, listen, you've done way too many of the same thing. Do something a little bit different. And today we're doing something a little bit different. And what I want to do is maybe do something. I was thinking of getting a doorway over here, and I want to push it in a little bit. And my thought is, let's do some stairs. In fact, before we do stairs, let's do a little bit of a barrier here. Is 2 blocks too much? 1, 2. You know, let's just do this over here. 1 block. Because I feel like 2 blocks may just very well be enough. And I was kind of picturing in my head. So we're going to be doing these townhouse apartments. Just think about this. We've got this. Let's get the feeling for this before we go any further. So walking down this way, we've got this beautiful view over here, which I always refer to, because look at it. I mean, it's really turning out better than I had hoped. And as we look over here, I want to see these townhouses along the way here. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably, maybe just 3 if we leave that area there open. Actually, I think I might leave that area there open. But what I want to do today is I want to get this face, at least the face of the townhouse, the important part of the townhouse over here, all done. And that's what we're going to get started on. So I was thinking of doing something like along these lines of like a staircase, a very gradual staircase, kind of twisting up here very, very easily, very, very slowly, I guess. And do I leave that one? Yeah, I think that'll be all right. And I guess I could do something like this over here, and then maybe put a bit of a garden or something like that. I don't have any leaves on me, but something like that would be really cool. And then of course we could maybe split. Oh, I've got these on here. That's why I can't pick block those. Maybe even one more over, just to make this in the middle. So if I don't use that, I've got a center block. And I've got some sort of idea of what I want to do here, because the idea is I've built a lot of houses. I've got like a general thought in my brain of how I want to make this one a bit different. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now. And I mean, it's kind of a joke now how many times I say I've got an idea and it turns out to be a completely different thing. But my thought is I want to put this building probably about that high. So it's going to be quite a large building, but it's going to be blocking off any view behind it, which is good because that means we've got this feeling of looking down here, a little bit lost from the rest of the city. I think that is perfect. And not only that, it also means we might even be able to keep a little bit of a mountain in here and play it around. I'll maybe get into that a bit later, or maybe in another episode. We'll get around to that. But my thought is having this level, then having a second level, and they're going to be kind of nice apartments. I think they'll be nice. I hope. And let's just go ahead and get started on just a little bit of a feel for this. I'm just going to put these in here. So my first thought is this is how I'm planning on doing things differently. I normally go ahead and put in like that, and I say normally. I've been catching myself a lot recently, but in my previous world I would do this. I'd do this. Now that's a single block depth, and that already is a really cool thing. A lot of people don't do that, and that makes your builds so much better. It makes them so much prettier. But what I want to do is go 2 blocks in, and that's what we did over here. You can see that. Look at that. So we got 1, 2, and then the wall, which just added in that extra bit of depth. I mean, it's obvious it is an extra bit of depth, but it just adds that in so well. And I thought that'd be really cool. So if we had a door on that side there, and we had a window around here, I thought that would be really cool. And I think I used these for the windows. I can't actually see, but I'm pretty sure I used these for windows. And let's try working some of this. We haven't worked in any. Well, we worked in a bit actually at the front. So we'll do something like this. And let's just have a look at how this looks. And I'm probably going to have to go around and mess around with a few different ideas. I'm pretty sure this is kind of a thing that I'm actually a little bit more comfortable than a lot of people with it. A lot of people don't like mixing the woods, but I think this could actually be one of those few times where I shouldn't. You know what? Actually, I actually don't mind that. So I want to just try out these sorts of things, little things like this, adding in some of the smaller, rougher details. Let's call these rougher details because it's not the finer details, but it's getting the shape of the build right and the depth right first. So you can see there, got this double layer of depth. We've got that extra little bit to add in a bit more. In fact, what we could even do, this could cause a little bit of trouble, but we could actually put this one in over here and have a little kink out the side there. But I think that might cause a bit of trouble with the middle one because we can't get rid of that without completely getting rid of the block. But that's all right. Let's get the door done. Let's go in here, maybe one more block up. I think we'll stick to 4, make this a little bit larger than usual. Okay, let's go back up there. Wonderful. And what I'm thinking here is probably just going in another step in here. Let's just do that, and do these again. And I'm pretty... Oh, wow, that's unlucky. I get these guys so often. I feel like way above average. I don't know if it's probably just because I throw so many dang ender pearls. That's all right. So what I'm thinking here is probably the same thing right now, but I want to make this building very much not symmetrical. So whatever we do on one side, I don't want to necessarily do on the other side. So you see there? That's not actually looking good to me. I'm thinking, you know what? I don't have any of my clay on me. Well, terracotta, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and get some of this. I think that'll look really cool just in one of these. So I've got this one here, I've got that one there. And then what we're going to do is we may as well start adding in a few smaller details and getting onto the top layer. That's what I'm thinking. I've actually gone ahead and done something I've never done before. One of these. A dark oak door. And it's actually kind of funny because, I mean, it's no real surprise, but dark oak doors don't look anything like dark oak wood. Fancy that. Just another really odd thing in this game. So what I want to do is I want to go and, as I say, I want to take you guys through all these things and show you at least what's going through my head when I'm building stuff, because I always get questions on what can I do to make stuff look better or whatever. And simply, seriously, like the depth, that's something important. Building this rough structure and working towards it. You can see we've built it with a bit of thought. I guess it's a bit more experience, but in general, it's the same principle every single time, you know? Go ahead, build the supports, fill in the walls, do the next thing again. So what we're going to do now is we've gone through that stage. We've got to the first level. And what I want to do is I want to go and add a little bit of detail in here so we can kind of get the feel for what we're going for here. And what the first problem is, and you can see it up here, let's just close this up. This needs to probably go around like that. The first problem is this area here is looking very dull. Let's go back here and let me show you that. Very dull. And I know you guys might be thinking this is a bit crazy, what we're doing. It might not look too good, but give it a bit of time. If it doesn't, we will figure it out. But if it does, you know what? We've done a good job. So let's do something like this. This is a nice little thing to just fill in these gaps. That looks Yeah, that's a bit too much. Maybe, do I have spruce on me? I do. Wonderful. There, a bit of spruce around there. And maybe a little bit more spruce just to continue this on. So already, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but that's all right. We can leave it for a little bit, see how we feel about it. But there we go. That's already just made this area look a little bit more interesting. Maybe we could even go something along the lines of like this here, just to make an extra level of layer wall, a layer of detail on that layer. There we go. Looking good already. You see, just little things like this make a world of a difference. Let's do something like this. Fill in this piece over here with one of these. Maybe a few bushes. Let's see, so it's just the same sort of stuff. Let's do that. Bushes around there, bushes down under here, and maybe a few more over here. Let's just let this area here be overgrown. Then that means I don't have to put another one of these fence posts in over there. There we go. Already looking better. And now just picture this, right? We've got this area. Now we're going to have another area on top of this and a roof. It's going to be quite grand, but I think it's going to work very, very well for this city. Because, of course, this city is a more upmarket sort of a feel to it. I feel it does. At least that's what I'm trying to portray here. Did I put that on that level? I actually put it on the level below. But I want these to have a thing. Maybe we should do it the same. Let's just do what we did before. We'll do it with the spruce over here, but I feel like the spruce might, maybe, okay, you know what, if we don't like it, we don't like it. Let's do some of these. They seem a bit too light for me. I might have to change those out for either brown or a dark gray. I think a dark gray could look kind of cool in there. It just looks very, very white. Look at that, like, very white. And I think it's because we've got the creamy color from the bone block coming through against that to compare to. It just looks extra white. So they look alright there, but not there, I don't think. But that's alright. We'll get to that eventually. I think that's looking alright so far. Yeah, I'm sort of happy with that. Now we can go ahead and get started on the next level. And I also, by the way, I went and got my brown terracotta that I wanted. And we'll just pillar up at the back here. Oh, sorry, block. And also, did I forget to mention? I thought I'd get brick one more try. I've given brick so many second chances. And I think this one actually sort of worked a little bit. So let's hope we haven't gone too far with the brick. So my thought here is, as we go across this way, let me just maybe do something like this as a piece of support. So to separate off the levels, I like to do a little bit of a vertical support. So making it look as if this building is split by something in the middle, with a long beam, for instance, like this, just vertically. And we'll jump, and a bit too far. Yeah, something like that. So that's just, even if we don't use it, that's just a bit of a placeholder for me to know where the next level starts. And what I was hoping to do was to push this one out and make this top piece look a bit larger. But now that I'm looking at it, it's just going to look very boxy if I do that. So I might just continue these pieces up a little bit more. And then we'll start to make it look a little bit wider using a few blocks around it. And I'll show you what I mean by that very, very soon. We'll do something like that. There. There. It's all right. We'll clean this up eventually. So maybe taking this over here, and there should be a block right around there. And we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 4. Maybe 5. So 4 there. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing around here. There we go. So the idea here is that we're just going to pull these up in the same direction as what we've done the others. Yeah, that'll be all right. And then let's just stop around here. Yeah, so we'll do that like that. And then what I want to do is I want to put in some little flower boxes here. That's what I'm thinking. So I want this to be another level similar to the level we've just done here. But it's going to probably be a bit less detailed. And the reason I don't like to do as much detail on the top here is you're not going to see it, first of all. And second of all, I think it might just be a bit too overcrowded with all of this and all of that going on there. And might I just add, I kind of like this little piece over here. I was planning on probably doing something over there, but I really like that. But we'll see what turns out. Maybe over here, because I'm just thinking, if we do these flower boxes, we might need to put some support. Maybe something like this could look kind of cool for a bit of support on these flower boxes. There. Yeah. Okay, cool. And maybe something like 1, 2, 3. I think 3 will work. And 1, 2, and 3. Let's check that out. Beautiful. Can I get up there quick? I don't know what I've done with my ender pearl box, by the way. I used to have everything together until I mentioned actually a few episodes ago that I lost all of my stuff in a freak world-saving incident, a backup making incident, and we've kind of been left with nothing. So that's a horrible thing, but it's alright. I've been told, actually, I was speaking about it on a stream recently, and I was told it's not cheating to get our items back, but I still feel very, very sneaky if I did that. I just feel like, what happens if I have just derped up and left them in a chest somewhere, and then it turns out we've got double the amount of items we should have had. Besides, I kind of enjoy my mining sessions anyway, so we'll get our items back to what we had. Most importantly, our diamond beacon. We were so close to a full diamond beacon base, and we sadly lost it. There we go. That's actually all right. I want to just pull those up a little bit more, maybe even a 5th block there, and you can kind of get the feel. Imagine this one here. We'll have another one pulling out maybe a little bit further forward because we're going to be putting 3 of these at least. And I don't want these to all be right next to each other. Maybe one pushing in a little bit more or a little bit more back. And they're going to be touching each other like on the walls, which is why I thought the front would be a good idea to get done first. And I'm really enjoying the way this is coming out. So what I think I'll do right now is I'll go ahead and I'll put in the next level. As I say, it's not going to be quite as crazy, but it will look really, really good. And then we can go ahead and get the roof and just get this overall feel for this thing. And I think it's going to be very, very cool. Besides, let me just quickly do a quick step over here. Get the feel for that. Yeah, look at that. Just making this over here kind of framed off so perfectly. I think this is going to be really, really cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and get up to that stuff, and we'll be right back. I'm at a crossroads right now, guys, between whether or not I put a roof on this thing or whether I keep it flat like this. It's such a tough decision because I was busy getting stuff ready. I was busy going to put on a roof over there. I've just done what I said I was going to do by making this next area sort of plain, but still detailed to some extent. And I've done 2 different things, by the way. I thought that was kind of cool, and I'll show you what I've got going on there, my plans for it at least. But then I decided, you know what? If I put on a roof here, I was thinking of doing a little roof there and then a bigger roof. Maybe I could do something like this one, where I'm talking about a flat roof on the next one, and then I can put the next one over there as another big kind of, what is a triangular shaped roof, pitched roof. That's the word I'm looking for. And I think that would work really, really well. And I've also just done a few little things over here. In fact, let's just go ahead and give something to go here real quick, because I was saying how I wanted to use a few blocks to make this look a little bit wider, give it the illusion that it's wider, but it's not actually wider. So let's put in one of these. I think this will work quite well. Maybe let's do it over there. And then what we can do is we can just use the idea of this looking a little bit bigger. Maybe, can I get this up on that one? Let me do that and get that there, that there. Another one of these around like that. I can just get it there. I think this could work. This could make it just look a little bit wider. Yeah, look at that. So it doesn't actually have to be wider, but it looks a little bit wider. Let's try it on this side as well. And I've done that on the bottom one of those. Perfect. Got to make sure I don't mess up before I'd go too far without fixing it. So there we go, do that there, and I think it was there. All right, that's all right. I can get that. And we'll have a look at that. Perfect. So that's the thought at least. We've got to make this thing look a bit fatter, and just in general, it just works out so well. I can't even remember if I've done 2 down, but hey, you know what? That's all right. That's cool. We try new things. Hopefully this works. Yeah, that does kind of work. In fact, what I did is I did that 2 down in the front over here because, of course, I'm not really focusing as much as I should be focusing. So let's get that over there, and then this over here. That over there. That's the way it should be. Wonderful. I really should have been counting. Normally what I do, actually, this is like a little, maybe I'm a little bit crazy with it, but I go like down 2, right 2, down 2, back 1. You see that? So like I would actually make that little pattern in my head. That's what I mean that I'm not concentrating. I should have just done that there. That would have been way better. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused whether or not we should try the roof thing, but you know what? We know what this looks like without the roof. Let's go ahead and put the roof on, and we can always get rid of the roof. There we are, right back now, guys, and look at that. I think it is looking fantastic with the roof. I'm glad I decided to try that roof out. It's definitely an improvement. And by the way, what I've decided to do, I actually forgot to mention this in the last little bit, is I decided to keep with the theme that we had over here, where we've got all of these stone walls coming into the sides there. I thought I'd keep that in through this build, so we've got the same sort of flow throughout the city, so little bits and pieces of different buildings coming into each other, as if they are built by people with similar educations in architecture or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we could think about that. Just to make it look like it's a full city built as a city. And that's the idea, I guess. By the way, that wall over there is just so that you don't see right through, because of course we're just doing the face of this today. And I think it's looking really cool. And the important part about walking past these builds is when you walk past them and you can see a lot of things just change your perspective. Look at that. As it's going, it looks different from every angle, and I love it. And I decided here's another weird thing. I decided to put a flat roof on there, which is actually why I was thinking that the big flat roof would be cool, is having to look at those little things. They look like little crenellations on a castle. That looks really, really cool, and I thought I'd leave that in there. And I think it works really well. Now picture this one with another one and then another one. Looking a little bit different, of course. We don't want them to be all the same, but I think that will look really, really good. And of course, we're going to push them a bit further back. But I think this was a really, really good little bit of a build we did here today. And I want to also have a look at it from this side here. And it just feels so, so good looking at that. Look at that. How awesome is that? When we've got that, imagine we've got another one pushed back a bit, another one pushed back even a little bit more. Actually, that's probably what we'll do. That'll look really awesome. We'll have some paths going up to them, and the colors are coming off of them. I'm very, very excited to get this all up and going, and the city's definitely taking off right now. I mean, we've got all that, we've got this coming in here, and it's just going to keep growing bigger and bigger and looking much more better by the day, which is crazy. But for today, guys, that will be the whole video. I hope you have enjoyed this extra little bit of, I guess, hopefully I'm teaching someone something. If you guys have enjoyed the extra little bit of detail in the episode, let me know. I'd love to do this and maybe show you guys a few more smaller things that I do. I've got a habit of just skipping over a lot of stuff, which I really shouldn't. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.